So there's a lot of misinformation in the fitness space, and I thought, I'll take a couple of topics up and we'll discuss that at length. So one topic is ghee. Okay, so a lot of people have this emotional attachment to ghee, right? कि वो लोग घी खाते हैं, like सुबह उठ के खाते हैं घी, and they feel like यार amazing energy आती है, and that is true. Ghee, a lot of fats, right? And fats give you a lot of energy. But the problem with ghee in the Indian context is like a lot of people in India have a low high cholesterol levels, and when you eat ghee, it contains a lot of amount of saturated fat. Saturated fat increases your LDL cholesterol. LDL cholesterol increases, then you'll have all sorts of heart issues. So ghee is marketed well, right? वो लोग they try to create this emotional connect with mostly like the rural India and all कि यार देसी घी ला रहे हैं हम लोग या फिर आपको बहुत प्योरेस्ट घी दे रहे हैं, and then you get lured into the fact and go to you keep consuming. 3 months later आप देखते हो आपकी cholesterol report is flying through the roof. And still, yeah, right, there will be always an explanation for everything in fitness. Okay, so there'll be always two sides fighting, right? And एक बोलेंगे कि if you have high cholesterol levels that doesn't matter, कुछ नहीं होता उससे. And somebody will say high cholesterol levels is there, then तो यार heart issues है. And if you speak to cardiologists, right, like a respected cardiologists who keep reading the data and stuff, they'll tell you the higher your LDL cholesterol levels, the more risks of getting all sorts of heart issues, right? Heart attacks, everything. Because what happens is a process is there called as atherosclerosis. So that is plaque in your arteries, and जितना वो plaque बढ़ जाएगा ना आपका उतना risk बन जाता है heart issues के. ठीक है. So we really need to avoid eating a lot of ghee in the Indian context, and don't pay attention to a lot of marketing that goes on in ghee. And I know there is like desi ghee, A1 A2, वो सब चीजें होती हैं, and they try to create this false context that you more ghee you eat, more healthier you are. But the studies, especially the meta-analysis studied on this, I'll link some in the description box and then you can have a look at it. And especially human trials, right? ये लोग mice के studies दिखाते हैं and they'll tell you कि यार ऐसा कोई relation नहीं है. But if you look at the human trials that have been performed, then you'll have clear relation between saturated fat and LDL cholesterol, and then LDL cholesterol जितना बढ़ता है, it's very harmful for our body, right? So that was one part I was clearing up on ghee. And you can consume यार 1 to 2 teaspoons ऐसे general recommendations हैं. But yeah, it depends on your current cholesterol levels कितने हैं आपके. And some people may ask you to like completely leave that, and that depends on your personal doctor. I cannot give you guidelines on that, right? That was about ghee. Second, I would be talking about some thing that I saw today on Twitter. Somebody was marketing some juice. Can you believe this? Somebody was marketing some diabetic juice. ठीक है. एंड अ लॉट ऑफ दैट कमेंट सेक्शन मैंने देखा यार, बहुत मतलब मैं फॉलो करता हूँ उन लोगों को, एंड दे आर लाइक वेल रिस्पेक्टेड इन द फाउंडर स्पेस. एंड यार I didn't understand, like people they think that this kind of things work, right? A lot of things like I'll take I don't want to take names because like then they come and previously had taken a couple of names. वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कि आपको इंदौर आना पड़ेगा, we will file a case on you and this and that. So I just want to keep things cool. But somebody was marketing some gimmick diabetic juice to regulate blood glucose levels. Can you believe it? It's 2025 and still there was some traction on that. I put a post on that कि यार put it in a very contextual manner, like यार can you link some studies which prove that ये जो तुम्हारा juice है, let's say it works, can you prove to me which studies backed RCTs, random control trials, कितनी भी जो भी है studies, एक तो बता दो यार कि ये काम करता है. And the post was deleted. Can you believe it? The post was deleted, and I just keep this in a very like simple manner. I don't want to trigger them क्योंकि उनके पास बहुत सारे armies होते हैं, and then they just come and mob attack you, and that's not something I really want to do. But even asking basic questions like this got the post deleted, right? Can you imagine? He's running this some company which I don't know, gimmick company है जो it gives you these remedies, right? Like as if to say that this juice whichever जो लोग पी रहे हैं उससे उसका diabetes will get resolved. Gimmick. But you see the traction on these posts, you will always find it higher. You see the traction on any gimmick product, it is always higher. अगर आप बोलो कि किसी को exercise करो, आप diet follow कर लो, या फिर take your medications provided by the doctor, which should be metformin, insulin, they will always find a way यार कि ये जो डॉक्टर बोल रहा है वो गलत बोल रहा है, उसको पता नहीं. And they will go and find out these alternative medicines and that creates a lot of havoc. Especially, if you go to some doctors on Twitter, and they keep posting about how herbal medicines are causing problems in patients who are going through liver disease. क्योंकि क्या होता है ना, and this is from my personal experience, कि बहुत सारे लोगों को liver disease होता है, and then they go to take these herbal supplements because they think that these supplements will help them come out of this. And especially they are like end stage cirrhosis and these kind of patients, and they get herbal supplements. For context, as MBBS students, we are asked to take history of anybody consuming herbal supplements. Why? Because it's a huge risk factor. If that is identified, मतलब जो भी disease patient को है, it could be also because that he is consuming a herbal supplement. So this is already taught to us, right? And I was talking about herbal supplements. So these people take these herbal supplements on a pre-existing liver disease, and they get into even into more complications, and it's a bad state. And there is a lot of people even in the educated space, right? I recently went to Sri Lanka, and I don't know, for somehow I was not aware that we are going to this herbal plantation, and that guy was giving you all sorts of solutions. Like I was like he introduced himself as a doctor or Ayurveda or something like that, and he was telling me, यार you take this, इससे ये weight loss हो जाएगा 20 kgs in 3 months, and you take this, your blood sugar will be controlled, you take this, blood pressure. If all these things work, then why are there so many issues in the world? Like why are so many doctors giving you so many diet advice, yeah, or metformin, everything else, other oral hypoglycemic agents? Somewhere, the people are buying into gimmick things more, and it's very like, it's like, easily available, cheap hai, and they're like, अगर cheap है तो side effect होगा भी तो बंद कर सकते हैं ना. But you don't realize that that medicine or whatever that herbal supplement is can cause so many issues to you. And why do people not talk about this? Because they have these armies, right? Even if you talk about like Virat Kohli has a partnership with this company, and he had it for a lot of time, and then people made videos on the company that he was associated with, and then people got cases, right, from this company, because it's a huge conglomerate. And when you target certain big companies, you expect FIRs and cases, and also especially people जो उनके पास, they don't have the resources to fight these people because they are big people, right? So that's an issue. That's why small people don't talk about these things, but everybody knows it. And some gimmick, अगर आपको उतने knowledge नहीं है, and you just want to treat your disease, the first thing some gimmick guy will give you a steroid, and then give you herbal supplements, and this is a lot of problems. I'll give you another example. So recently my driver, he got gallstones, right? And you don't operate gallstones above certain amount, I think 1 mm or so कुछ होता है ऐसे. I don't remember the exact size where you operate it and remove it. And he went to the doctor. I told him go to GMC, best year. And so he was operated there, and something like that happened. And then he said, yeah, after that I went to this institute in Vasco, and Vasco is like a town in Goa, and city in Goa. It's basically udhar ek institute hai, and some herbal kind of medication they give you. So they gave him some things, and they said you go and go back and to GMC, and then you see the reports if they helped you with this supplement. And he came to me and he was asking me, and then it becomes so difficult to explain to these guys that consuming herbal supplements, especially in his condition, which is the gallstones, would like, it will be catastrophic for him, right? But he's also like, not very educated and gullible, and he for like say $500 they give you this medicine, and then you're off. So a lot of these things keep happening, and if we don't talk about it, especially as educated people, especially as upcoming doctors, then I think we are doing a big disservice to this country, right? And especially in my fitness space now, I see a lot of these things like fat burners ho gaye, some herbal like this protein shakes, or especially they add certain chemicals as well in that, right? And if you look at Cristiano Ronaldo, even he was promoting this. Virat Kohli was promoting this, and now I don't know if he's lost the association with that. But there was a big, issue at that time. So it's very important for you as a person to be educated, to even understand these things, because यार gullible audience है ना, Indians बहुत है, right? थोड़ा पैसा कम करना है, they will buy something else. They will not go for dietary recommendation. They won't go for metformin. They won't go for insulin. They'll go for something else, and that is an issue, right? That was the second part of the video, like talking about something that I just saw, and I questioned it, and उसको delete करना पड़ा यार. क्या, you know, like you are branding a product and somebody asks you a genuine question, it makes you delete it, then you know you don't have the studies to back it up, right? So I just wanted to like make a video on these things because they keep coming up, and like as an audience who's educated, you should be able to make that choice कि यार ये गलत है, ये सही है. What doctors are saying, you know, who have studied well, and especially from good institutes, and who are in line with the knowledge that is available today, because a lot of things keep getting like, you know, updated year on year, so it's very important for you to be updated as well. Okay, so that's the video. We'll make more videos, you know, on understanding different topics. Like I took Ghee today, and I took another, like just a real life explanation of what these medicines are and everything. We'll make more videos on different topics. Made a creatine thread also, understanding ki yaar hair loss, is it associated with creatine or not, and you can check that post out as well. Another post I made about was maida, and like, you know, people keep fear mongering about maida, so I want to also clear that. In You can have a look at the post in the pinned post. I will keep that link. And another things I want to talk about is blood sugar levels. Right? People keep talking about these blood sugar levels, and they have this monitor, and they keep monitoring it. And in the initial period, right, we also found it very fascinating कि क्या टेक्नोलॉजी है यार, आप कुछ खा रहे हो, आपका ब्लड ग्लूकोज लेवल तुरंत आपको पता चल रहा है. We also found it fascinating, and I'll be honest, like I also went into this craze of blood sugar monitoring. But now, you know, I've realized कि I'll make a separate video about this exactly. But the crux is like we really don't need to measure these blood sugar levels unless we are diabetic. अगर diabetic हो, then obviously जो blood sugar spikes है, you really need to monitor them. But if you are like, you know, normal यार मेरे जैसे हो आप, and you don't need to worry about the blood sugar levels. So we'll make a detailed video about that as well. Let me know what other topics you would want to know about. uh, I've been like studying about hypertrophy as training as well, and any new developments over there, तो वो भी एक session करते हैं उस पे. I'm trying to make smaller session, and then gradually like go into like 45-minute videos. So let me know how you like this video, and thanks for watching.